Hi everyone, so today I will be doing a review on the Trader Joe's Crackling Citrus Green Scented Candle. The weight of this is 12.34 ounces or 350 grams. It says for the fragrance notes with hints of lemon, rhubarb, rosewood, and green tea with an approximate burn time of 50 hours. So this is different from their latest or the crackling candle that came before this, which was the red fruits candle. I also did a review if you're interested. So this kept the same type of format. It has a wooden wick. I feel like the composition did change slightly, or I don't know if the fragrance oils affected it, because the previous one, the red fruits, it had an approximate burn time of 45 hours, whereas this one has an additional 5 hours. So to go on to how this smells like, I feel like the lemon is super apparent. In the description, it says it lists lemon, then rhubarb, rosewood, and then green tea. I personally feel like the first note that I get is a mixture of the lemon and the green tea. And I feel like the green tea is an unsweetened green tea, very authentic. I love this candle if you like very like herbal type of scents. The rhubarb, I don't really get it too much, but I feel like it does add on to the astringency of the lemon, but it's not making it so like tart or anything. The rosewood is very much in the background. I feel like it comes out a bit more while burning. If you happen to hear any crackling, I do have the candle going on in the background. So my overall thoughts on this, at least for the performance, I still had the problem of this candle where it didn't fully pull out no matter how long I left it on for. Right now I'm going on honestly like 6-7 hours, which you probably shouldn't do that. So I feel like if you want an even wax pull, you will have to tinfoil this. It is a little tricky because this doesn't fit in a holder. So you probably will have to put this, wrap it around with an aluminum foil. But I do want to say that I feel like the strength is pretty decent, at least for Trader Joe's candles. So on cold, I would give this a solid, I would say 6 or 7 out of 10. And I would say while burning, it is maybe a 6.5 or 7 out of 10. So while this wouldn't be super open concept friendly, I feel like it's good for a medium or a master bedroom. This did fill up my medium sized room. I feel like it did try to travel in or onto the hallway. So I would say the projection is, I would say medium. I wouldn't say that it'll travel all across your house or anything like that. And to go on to the crackling sound, which I feel like it's the selling point of this, let me just go ahead and change the angle. All right, so here's a different angle. If you could see, there is that little ledge of wax like all around here and even on the other side. So it was all around. It wasn't just one ledge of unburnt wax. But right, the performance. Besides it not fully pulling out, I feel like the sound isn't as loud as I would like, and I feel like it's not super constant. So it is the loudest when you initially first turn it on. I think I will include a clip either before or afterwards, whenever. But the first sound that you get is the ideal sound, at least for me. It's like moderately loud. I feel like it's more authentic to a crackling fireplace. However, there are instances where it does this weird hissing sound, almost like when you have a kettle pot on the stove and it hisses, or other times it can mimic the sound of like a very annoying fly. So that's the only downside. Sometimes you get like little instances of it being slightly not ideal. It's not super crackling. I feel like it would be better if the wooden wick was a little bit larger. However, I don't know if that will pass quality control, because when Trader Joe's had their 2-wick format, non-crackling, there was a recall on it. Or I don't know if Trader Joe's would be willing to change their crackling candle format to those X crosses, very similar to what WoodWick uses. But as far as it sooting, I feel like I do notice some soot, and I feel like that's just what you're going to get with crackling candles. It does typically soot when the sound is at the loudest, if that makes sense. As far as it, like the wax being discolored, no, this is, I believe, a blended wax, or at least the wax composition. It's not super transparent, or at least I didn't see that it was written anywhere. However, if it's anything like their other candles, I'm sure it's a coconut soy blend. I'm not sure on the percentages. I think that Trader Joe's doesn't disclose. Let's say it has like 60% soy or like 10% coconut, so on and so forth. However, when this does solidify, the wax still looks a little bit shiny, so I have a feeling that it's predominantly either coconut or soy wax. And there's no distinct natural wax smell, which I do like. So besides this, I think this might be my last crackling candle, just because I think I would prefer a louder crackling sound. Recently in Los Angeles, or just California in general, we've been getting a lot of rain that is really uncommon. I feel like before we were in a pretty big drought. That's all to say that when the rain was hitting, it wasn't even like a thunderstorm or anything like that, but the sound of the sprinkling rain, it kind of drowned out the sound of the candle. Or sometimes when I even have my TV on a little bit too loud, I feel like that also drowns the sound of the candle. So I think for me, I would have to either bring this closer to where I am sitting, which is my workplace, that I do work remotely from home the majority of the time, or I would have to have a louder candle if I want to keep it in this little area that I tend to burn all my candles. Yeah, so I would definitely suggest this candle if you do want to try a natural soy wax candle that does crackle. I don't believe that WoodWick candles have natural wax, so there's the only thing about that. Both of them do have about the same type of sootiness. However, I want to say that the sound of the WoodWick candles is slightly more constant. You don't get like a big variation of sound. You would have to get the larger format though, because while they are both different formats and stuff, the level of sound that I want is a little bit more than what I get from either brand. But yeah, overall, I'm really happy with the performance of this. Maybe it's because I've been burning recently a lot of their tin candles and I haven't gotten much scent throw or scent payoff. This is definitely the best format. At least I feel like if I had to choose between the glass jar of the crackling candles versus the little tin candles, I feel like I have a better just performance all around with these. So yeah, overall, I feel like if you want a crackling candle with minimal sooting and you're okay with it being not super loud, go ahead and try out this Trader Joe's candle. I did purchase this for $9.99. It's one of those seasonal items that they're here for as long as the inventory is available and then they sell out. But this has come back. I want to say this is the third or fourth year that they've had this crackling citrus green tea candle. So if you are, let's say you miss out for 2024, I'm sure it will be back 2025. But yeah, those are my overall thoughts and opinions. I don't think I would repurchase this one just because I think I liked the red fruit scent slightly more. Or I really hope that Trader Joe's comes out with a crackling candle with a little bit of a tweak to their wooden wick. I would like it ideally a little bit larger, or if not in an X format. But yeah, let me go ahead and bring the microphone closer to the candle so you can have an idea of how it sounds.